Well, that didn't last long. 20 to about 20 minutes. As soon as I mentioned that virus, my channel just cut off. Man, people think I'm crazy. People think I'm lying. It happens. It happens all the time. It happens to my channel all the time. I just don't know what to do sometimes. I mean, I can't talk about stuff that I need to talk about. I want to talk about what's going on, but they got my channel somehow hooked into the matrix. And if I say the wrong word, they got somebody out there push that button and my channel goes off. My channel goes off like, well, that, whatever. It's just crazy. I mean, it is just sometimes I know it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew when I said I was going to do the UFO thing. I knew my channel was going to go off, and I was skeptical about doing it. But that's okay. I don't know. I don't even have a big channel. I'm a small channel. I just got monetized with about a month ago. I mean, I'm not. I don't have a lot of followers. I don't have a big channel. I mean, why even mess with me? Nobody listens to me unless I'm saying something that might be true. You know, you say little things in there that might hit close to home or hit close to the truth. Then they try to get rid of you. You know what I mean? But I don't want them to come and kill me. I don't want nobody to come over here, the little man in black, and knocking on my door. Hey, come on out here. Had a van parked across the street on the corner again, but we don't want that to happen. Yeah, so what can you do? Hey, Brooke Jemison. Hey, Casual Preparedness. Hey, you guys. Hey, who? Hey, Nikki. I'm glad to see you guys made it back. Hey, Annie Oakley. So I'm gonna try not to say anything too much, but something is coming. And I just want everybody to know something is coming. And like I say, one of these days I'm gonna just get them letters or whatever they do and tell me, look, your channel got to go because they freedom of information is gone. They're gonna take all the prepper channels off. Remember, you heard me say this. They're gonna take all the prepper channels off. I don't know. A few years ago, they had a purge, and it was taking all the major gun channels off. And I like good gun channels. I was watching a lot of good gun channels. I was learning a lot of things about guns, and they took them all off. And they took. I mean, what got me was they took Hickok. And a lot of you guys know Hickok. Hickok got like what, 10 million viewers, something like that, 10 million subscribers. And they took his channel off, and it took a protest to get him back on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They doing it to people, and it ain't nothing we can do. Little man in black, yeah, they ain't the little green man. They little man in black. Hey, Corsair trainers, how you doing? Let's see. Hey, Al. They must think I'm you. They got me again. But anyway, and the robots. See, Elon Musk. He's the front man on all this. He's pushing for the space, for us to go to space. He's pushing for it. He's pushing for people to not work, to get the UBI and replace them with robots. I know y'all done seen the robots. Even Boston Dynamics or whatever they call them, they got a robot now. But they always had robots, but they taking along the same pattern that Elon Musk got the robots. I mean, it's the big four out there, and they're the ones that we got to watch out for. Zuckerberg, Gates, Bezos, Musk. They own everything, and they're gonna keep owning everything, and until they basically control us. And he said something. Don't get me wrong. I'm not picking on Bill Gates, and I'm not picking on Elon Musk. I'm not picking on people with money. You're right, Uncle Al. See, China has a lot of aliens, and China got some technology. I've been telling people think we go to war with China, we'll lose. China got some technology. Let me tell you something I seen the other day, and they took it down real fast. And it wasn't on YouTube, it was on Facebook. And this lady, and she had posted this thing because she couldn't understand how they had so many military drones, hundreds of thousands of military drones circling all over the United States, over states, just circling. drones, hundreds of thousands of them, and she had the locations of all of them because she had some kind of computer image or something like that. She stumbled on it and she had posted it and she was doing a live and she was talking about, look at all these little drones out here and they all military drones and they were flying around and they all over. There might be one flying over my house. I would never know it. You know what I mean? Because drones are easy to make. They're small. They don't cost as much as a big fighter jet, and they're just as deadly. And they're all over the place. All over the place. All over the United States. It's like we got air cover. Just like air. We got these drones. And then, you know, they bringing all the soldiers home because we finished with that war over there. And now we got to have something for them to do here. You know, so I don't know. We building up our military presence back in our own town, United States. We got all these drones falling around up there. And then, like I was saying earlier, we got these humanoid robots. They out there. And what I was saying earlier, Elon Musk has said that, I wrote it down somewhere. I can't find it. I know I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, yeah, I see it. It says, digital super intelligence will be like aliens. This is a quote from Elon Musk. Digital super intelligence will be like aliens. And I was thinking, maybe he knows something that we should know, you know, because, see, I be watching stuff because I try to tie stuff into that Georgia Guidestone thing that's down there because, you know, that's a scary situation when they're talking about eliminate more than 90% of the world. So the rest of us can live. I'm saying I put myself in with the rest of us because I'm prepping, you know, but I might not be one of them in it. They might just knock me off. It's a still alive hoop. Casual preparedness. Starlink is the version of Skynet. It comes to fruition. Skynet. Oh man, that's the Terminator. You might be right. Hey, try it, buy it, make it, and sell it. How you doing? Yeah, drones. You know, I did a thing not too long ago, a few months ago. I was having dreams about us being attacked by Russia, China, Korea, and Mexico, helping them out, the South American countries, and they all was coming up and they was attacking us. And they everybody was saying, well, they can't get through our air defenses, but they just brought these big old containers that be on them ships, and they opened them up, and all of a sudden drones was flying out like bees. Drones was flying out, covering the whole United States like bees, just taking out military installations, taking out stuff. And then the foot soldiers came in, and they was like on cruise ships. And they went in and they was unloading tanks and stuff like that. You know, a cruise ship can hold 5,000 people easily. And nobody knew. Everybody thought it was a cruise just coming up the road. But anyway, I mean, you got to go back and watch that. There was a video I did about that. But anyway, it's just crazy. Who would I say? I'm a Flintstone, Starlink, Starnet, and Alien Worlds for me. So, yeah, but it's getting crazy. And the Georgia Guidestone was built in 1980 in Elberton, Georgia. Yes, and they still can't figure out what the meaning is. Just like that obelisk they found out in Utah. I think it was in Utah, somewhere out there. They still don't know what happened to it. It just one day it was there, and one day it was gone. They had cameras setting up watching it too, and it just disappeared in front of the camera. Just, you know, that obelisk. It could be interdimensional stuff. Could be. And they trying to warn us. Well, it couldn't be. I don't know. They called it a drone swarm. Yeah. You know, I seen something like that in a movie too. What was it? It was that White House down. Wasn't Olympus that's fallen? It was about Morgan Freeman was president, and they were trying to kill him, and all these swarms came and took out his whole Secret Service. Yeah, it was, what's his name was in there? Yeah, can't think of it. Nick Nolte, I know he was in there. But anyway, see, now I'm trying not to talk about the aliens because we know what happened about 10 minutes ago when I was talking about the aliens. It didn't last 20 minutes before I was shut down and cut off. And but I'm gonna just say this: aliens are out there. They here. People say I ain't never seen no aliens. I don't see them. Some people have. Some people haven't. People say, well, if they out there, how come they don't show themselves? Because they don't mean you any good. Maybe they do show themselves. Maybe you living in the matrix and you can't recognize them because they got you blurred with this G3 or G4, G5 stuff that's out there. Maybe you can't see them because they got all these towers out there. What they call it? They Live with Roddy Piper. Remember that? You had to have those special glasses on to see them. They're here. People say, well, I don't know what they are. They here. They blended in. Because the only reason that we haven't been probably taken over because they enjoy what they doing here. You know, they enjoying it. They having a good time. You know, they running this country. They in the deep state. That's the new world order. And they want to come out the closet. They want to come out and let everybody know they're here. And then once they're here, it ain't gonna be nothing we can do about it. Hey, Lori, look, how you doing? Morgan Freeman was in the down here in the Gulf Shore this summer. He had a house down here. Okay, Morgan Freeman, man, I remember when he first started making movies. Man, back in the late 50s. Let's see. Ready for the tornado race? No, we can't get no tornadoes here in Cleveland. I'm gonna say that, and then we're gonna get a tornado. Because the only reason we get straight line winds is because of the high-rise buildings that we have. We have a lot of high-rise buildings, and it breaks up the wind, that it won't let the wind swarm. Now, we get them around Cleveland. Don't get me wrong. We get them out like 20 miles around us, 15 miles sometimes, but we don't get them where I live at in the city. But they be around because, like I said, the wind to break them up. That's the only good thing about living in the city. We don't get the tornadoes, but we get the straight line winds, and they can break out glass windows and stuff like that, just like a nuclear blast. Wind coming like 115, 120 miles an hour. Let's see, Trevor. I've seen alien ships quite a few times. I have never seen an alien ship, never seen aliens. Now, my brother, that was in front of me, he's dead now. He died. He was young too. He's seen a whole bunch of stuff like aliens and stuff. He was out there at Maelstrom Air Force Base in Montana, guarding missiles. And you know that's a hotbed for UFOs. They even talk about them on TV. Hey, Life Magic Journey, how you doing? Glad to see you here. We can talk about the trucker strike. Which the trucker strike that's coming here, the trucker strike that's happening in Australia. I'm all behind them. I'm behind the trucker strike. But see, we're gonna have one here. Soon as they get finished with these robot cars. Let me tell you something that a lot of you might not know. Lyft, Lyft, the car people. Now starting in 2023, they're gonna have robot taxis. Lyft is gonna have robots driving their cars, their taxis. Did you know that? I get all this good information, just like the hydrogen cars is coming. People say, well, they ain't gonna be able to refuel without the electricity. They come with the hydrogen cars. The hydrogen cars will be out in 2022. See, everything is out there. The information is out there. You just got to know if you want to go find it. And sometimes it don't pay to find the information because then you make yourself a target. Smoke break over. Everyone stay safe. Hey, of course, Trainer, I meant to tell you the other day while I was watching you because I was on another machine. You said your channel was buffering. They watching you. I started laughing. I said, they getting him too. You saying too much. Says you're saying too much. I meant to tell you that, but like I said, I wasn't on my regular machine. They watching you. That's what happened to mine. Mine starts to buffer. Then all of a sudden, sometimes they don't even let it buffer. They just signal gone. No connection. And this is funny because this is new. This is replaced new equipment. It started August 30th, the trucker strike in the U.S. I haven't heard about that. Somebody shut down something? Because all I know is that they're gonna have gas prices going up because they shut down that pipeline again. To make sure everything is safe on it, as they say. You build a pipeline that ain't safe, so I guess it's gonna be okay. But anyway, you see, every time I start talking about the dragons and the Starship people, I have problems with my channel, so I'm not gonna talk really too much about them. But I'm just gonna say this: it's not gonna be like we think it is. It's not gonna be Starman. It's not gonna be V. They're not gonna come in those big giant ships, the mothership, because they don't need to. They inside the moon. They got they say they have a moon base on the moon. They got a structure on the moon, on the dark side. None of the nations are allowed to go on the dark side of the moon. When we go to the moon, we supposed to stay on the bright side of the moon. We're not allowed to go on the dark side of the moon. Now, we're supposed to have some kind of thing with the aliens up there. I have no idea. But when they come down here and everybody see them or whatever going to happen and they come out of the closet, I'm going to be ecstatic. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be up there. I'm going to be feeling vindicated because, see, people going to think, man, that old crazy man used to be on there, the prepper guy. He used to talk about these aliens was all around here and there. And there they are. And that's what happens. So I'm going to just sit back and wait. I'm just like the guy that said the world was round. And then people saying when you go too far, you're going to fall off the edge. And then when they did fall off the edge, he felt vindicated, but he was dead by then. So, I mean, that's how it's going to be with me. So I won't be around when none of this happening. Hopefully, I won't be around in my lifetime, and I'm planning on living to be 100. So I'm just saying we have a little bit more time, But if it happened, it happened. Uncle Al is the trucker strike nationwide. What do he say? Let's see. Maybe, I don't know, because like I say, I don't know anything about the trucker strike. I know the one over in Australia, but I don't know if we have one here. And I know a few truckers, and I'm 100% behind the truckers, and I be warning them that they're about to lose their jobs with these trucks on the road that driving themselves. They on the road. They are out there. They're on the road. They're driving right now. These trucks that driving without roads. I mean, without people in them. Hey, Red Road Homestead, how you doing? I hope you feel better. I've been praying for you. I know you've been under the weather. I know you just got home, and I hope you're feeling better. I know you got to go back to the hospital, but I'm sending out my prayers for you. I pray for you every day. Okay, Mad Shad, they come here, and I'm getting on spaceship. Hey, pick me up. Stop by Cleveland, and I'll flag you. I'll be out there thumbing you down, so pick me up. I always wanted to live in space. I wanted to be like people on the Starship Enterprise. I want to go out to space. Babylon 5 or Deep Space Nine, maybe even Buck Rogers. No, I don't want to be Buck Rogers. No, but anyway, I always wanted to go to space. The only strike I know of is the one in Australia. That's the one I know of too. Uncle Al will let us know if something going on. Yes, all these channels have programmed algorithm watching certain words and subject. Yeah, they always watching me for some strange reason. If they watch me, they ain't gonna find nothing. I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing anything. But that's okay. He said, who the always say, Mad Shad, they'll take you and Ray first. Yeah. Yeah, I go out there. They say, I'm doing better, Grandpa. Taking it easy. Thank you for prayers. That's okay. Yeah. Because I know I was watching you and your grandkids out there the other day feeding their goats. I was like, man, I said, hope she's doing better. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, so like I say, they got this humanoid robot. See, we ain't got to worry about the aliens because what now is they done made deals with these really, 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 really rich people to let them have their own place. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're gonna go to New Zealand. That's why they built all them bunkers. They're gonna go to Greenland. That's why Greenland all of a sudden used to be ice covered. I mean, look at it now. Greenland is becoming green. All that ice is gonna be gone, and Greenland is gonna be green as Iceland is. Iceland is green. Greenland is ice. So I mean, okay, but now it's gonna be switched around again. So I'm just saying they're making a deal. They building all this stuff. They did have Bird out there and out in Iceland and back in what it was 40 was ice Greenland. It was Greenland and back in 47, the Admiral Byrd, his expedition was out there. So like I said, it's gonna be something that we ain't gonna recognize when it do happen. I mean, we already worried about the mark of the beast and stuff like that, and the Antichrist and all this stuff. We don't know what it is. I mean, we never know. That's one thing about people, and they're worried. They always tell us stuff. Well, they don't tell us stuff for our own good because they say we can't handle the truth. They say we'll panic and we will have riots in the street. But right now, not knowing is causing riot in the street. You see, we got the toilet paper. The toilet paper, run on toilet paper is back again. You see that? Man, people fight over toilet paper again. I don't understand it. It makes you think, what is controlling these people's brains? How come people's brains are like that? Why is it that they feel that they have to go get toilet paper? It's like they send a signal to their brain. You go out to get that toilet paper. Go out and get that toilet paper. You're going to have a lot of toilet paper, but you ain't going to have no food. What are you going to do? Sit there and eat toilet paper? You ain't gonna be able to go take a shit, excuse me. You ain't gonna be able to take a poop because you ain't gonna have nothing in your stomach. You're gonna have tons and tons of toilet paper, but no food, no water. It is crazy. It is like they sending messages to these people to tell them to do things. And I do believe that we are being mind controlled, and we just can't. I mean, I don't know if it's coming through the TVs because all these TVs are smart TVs. I don't know if it's coming through these 5G things out there. All these towers that they built. They built one not too far from me. One of them towers. I mean, they tell us for our own good that they're gonna give you high-speed internet. Matter of fact, they put it in the new bill. I don't even know what the new bill. Everything's in the new bill. It's going to be in the new bill. All I know is they're supposed to send me some money. But I'm just saying that they stick this stuff in there. We want to make sure everybody get one of these towers, all this 5G in every home. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know which presidents did this. I don't know what president did this, but I used to like my old TV when I didn't have to have no cable box on it. I cut my TV on, there it is. 3, 5, and 8, my local channels, you know what I mean? Sometimes I get these other 2 channels, 43. I mean, these local channels, 49, PBS. I like my old TV. I didn't have to have no box. And then all of a sudden, one of these presidents got up there and say, look, we're going to give y'all like $40 toward the purchase of a box to put on your local TV so you can get your local channels again. Everybody got to have digital TV or whatever it was. And I was like, why? My TV was working fine. When my cable go off, my TV be working. I had cable TV on my big TV, and on my little TV, when I watch my football games, I had regular TV, and all of a sudden they came in and say, we want everybody to have this. And now they're doing it again. They want everybody to have this digital stuff. Really. And that mean, see, we getting too much. We getting too far ahead, and they're not explaining why. I mean, maybe I need to be talked to. Maybe they need to sit me down and tell me all the details, but I'm like everybody else. They feel that they don't need to let us in on their plans. But I'm just worried about what they're doing because it could cause a lot of confusion out there. Let's see, because they are full of it. Laugh out loud. Well, prepare betterness. I'm talking about aliens. Yeah, they took my. It got me for the first 20 minutes. I had to start all over on another channel, so I'm not going to really talk about aliens, and I'm not going to bash YouTube because this is theirs. I'm just privileged to be on their channel. YouTube is theirs. They didn't have to let me be on here, but they did, and that's their fault. They let me into their house. Okay. Hey, Hutch Holstein, how you doing? Yeah, but like I say, it ain't no little green man. I don't know where they get that little green man from Mars, and I don't know who started that Mars had people on it or whatever at the beginning, but they know, scientists know, like I told you, they always talking about the unraveling the mystery of life in the universe. They might be stupid or something, because if they're like me, you leave that life in the universe alone. You go, let me tell you, who was that guy? I'm trying to think of his name. He's dead now. Stephen Hawkins. Stephen Hawkins. I like Stephen Hawkins. I felt bad about his condition, but if Stephen Hawkins, that man had a brain on him, and Stephen Hawkins said that we should not be fooling around with aliens because we don't want to find them, and if we did, that's gonna be the worst thing that ever happened. And Stephen Hawkins said that, and this is the guy with one of the smartest men in the world. Hey, Gigi, how you doing, Gigi Natural Homestead? Y'all say a little prayer for Gigi. She got hit down when the Ida came through, knocked her power out the other day. I was watching her live, and she had her generators going. So y'all got to get some generators. She had her generators going, and she could still able to do her live. Let's see. So anyway, let's see. Uncle Al is back. Let's see. I've done contributing to great collectives and prepare veterans. So anyway, now Neil deGrasse, him and Elon Musk, they all of a sudden they went from saying that yes, there are aliens, yes, there is life out there, yes, there's too many planets and blah 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 for them not to know. Then all of a sudden they stay on the fence now, say, well, maybe it might not, maybe I don't know. They on the fence now. Somebody done got to them. You see what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for somebody to come over here and knock on my door. Hey, and they say, look, we don't want you to talk about that. You can talk about it, but just don't say anything about it. You know what I mean? Like a politician. They talk for 2-3 hours at a press conference and never say anything. And they want me to do like that. They'll promise you this, that, and the other when they're on these campaign trails and never do anything after they say nothing. So that's what it is. Hey, Growing with Hudson, how you doing? Glad you made it. Let's see. So anyway, like I said, these are some of the smartest minds. See, I think I'm okay. These are geniuses, and all of a sudden they went from saying yes, yes, yes to saying, well, maybe. You know what I mean? It's like changing their vote or trying to change this. When you can't go upstream if you're going down, that's what they doing. Let's see. Oh yeah. With the weather situation out there and the way things are right now, everybody. The West Coast has been getting hit out there with the fires. I mean, if I came here from 1950, if I was like a 1950 and I was like 20 years old and I came here from the 1950s and I was getting a tour of this planet and this surrounding, or I would just sit in front of the TV and watch, Newsmax or NBC or CNN or somebody like that, I would think this was hell, because all you see is bad news. You see the world, you see all of California and Lake Tahoe and Oregon is on fire. You look out there, you see San Francisco getting an earthquake, Hawaii sinking in the water. And then you turn around and you see that the Ida and Katrina and all these other hurricanes coming up there and tearing up everything. And that's the East Coast and that's the West Coast. And then you got that was the Gulf Coast, because you see what happened to Texas this past winter. So you would think, man, what is wrong with this planet? I got to get off this rock. And now the Midwest, this is basically where I'm at. We're going to get hit. They got the East, West, South. Now they're going to get the North and the Midwest. We ain't exempt. It's going to come, but they're going to hit us in the winter. Because like I told people don't listen. La Nina. Not Nino, La Nina is coming back. That's the one that brings the real cold and wet air. We're going to get a lot of freezing rain, a lot of ice and sheets of ice everywhere. And we don't really need that, but it's coming. Hey, Beth, yet how you doing? Let's see. Oh, thought I seen a Pac-Man. I did see a Pac-Man. My grandson loves Pac-Man. Yeah, he loves Pac-Man. He play that thing all the time. Not Pac-Man the game, but it's some kind of music that be on one of his little things. That Pac-Man music. Let's see. You say none of us can escape. That's why we gotta prepare. We gotta plan. We gotta be ready because it's coming. And you know, we might have to do more than just get ready to just bug out and bug in. We might have to really be ready to go to a camp because they might come in and we get hit like them people did down in Louisiana that tore out that whole town. I looked at the devastation. I mean, no people ain't coming back. I don't think none of them coming back. It's gonna be like they did with the lower 40. They were down there when they took out the whole blocks and said we're gonna make this a buffer zone. Them people ain't never came back. And we had some up here that lived up here that came. But like I'm saying, and that's what we gotta prepare for also, just in case something like that happens. So make sure you got all your important papers in a Ziploc waterproof bag in a nice box. Maybe like a nice little secure box that won't float away, because you got to prepare for that too, because it makes sure it's fireproof, because those might be your insurance papers or whatever you got, because you don't want to get no runaround from these insurance companies. But that's another thing that we're doing right there. Let's see. Raised to crash UFOs at the South Pole. Man, you know what? Remember the movie The Thing? They were at the South Pole and they dug up that UFO and the thing, man. Whew, you don't want that. Try taking over people's body. Wow. Hey, Tom, how you doing? That's Flash from Prepping is in the house. How you doing? It's always good to hear from you. Did you get hit with that rain up there? Hi there, Grandpa Ray. Because I know you. It was coming your way because we didn't get any here. Our insurance company just got shut down. Wait a minute. How did they shut your insurance company down? But they wasn't embezzling the money, were they? I always fear Flash is here. Well, you got a dog big as me. Dog got to be about maybe 167 pounds easy. It's a big dog, very big dog. Great person, great family. Yeah, but that shutdown is kind of crazy now, because I remember we didn't have an insurance company, but a lot of people remember when the savings and loans all shut down. Y'all remember that? People don't remember savings and loans. They think it's something they used to see in movies like It's a Wonderful Life, savings and loans. Savings and loans was a thing. I mean, it was real. And they all got shut down. Federal government came in, shut them all down. Took their FDIC from them. It said they all was unstable. It sold what ones they could to bigger banks, which got bigger, and the rest of them closed down. I had my first bank account at a savings and loan. Yeah, but that was the savings and loan crisis. But a lot of people don't remember that. That was like a run on the bank. Now you start closing some of these other banks, because there used to be banks everywhere, but now you only got the big banks. I think it's like 10 banks, 10 real big banks. The rest of them are like affiliates that they didn't want them to change the name because they were so well known, but they gone to here in Albany, New York. We just consistent rain all day and yesterday, but no flooding up here. That's great. That's absolutely great. I'll say 2008. No, I think that was the housing. I think 2008 was when the housing collapsed. Oh man, that was terrible. I got a house right next to my yard right here that's been empty since about 2010. That people got caught up in that housing thing. They had one of them balloon mortgage payments, went from like $500 a month to $1,500 a month. And it was crazy. Yeah, okay. Red. Yes, I remember consistent rain. That's great. Hope you don't get no wind to go with that rain, because that rain and thunder be bad. Florida's insurance companies have been a mess for a long time. Yeah, y'all get some weather down there, man, but you got to get you. Wow, you got to get like a bigger company. See, because I got Allstate because I got the bundle thing, house and car, and insurance, and all that stuff. Yeah, I got it all in one, so I get the senior citizen discount too. So that's good. Oh, I'm glad there's no flooding. Yeah, flood is something else. We used to get flooding here until they widened the road and put in extra drains down here at the park, not that far from me. Cars used to go through there and that water get up under their engine and they just be stuck there. Nothing to see 10 or 12 cars stuck down at the boulevard. And they fixed it though. Yep. My wife once got stuck down there. She called me and said, I was stuck down the boulevard. I said, well, come on home. Walk on home. Because she could walk home from there. What about the car? I said, leave the car. It ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I remember that. You never got stuck again. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to just reminisce a little bit because I know I got a lot of people that here that might remember, might not remember. Remember when all the gas stations, when you was a kid, when you was younger, it was gas stations that's about on every other block. You remember you had the Union 76 stations and you had the Amoco stations, and you knew people that worked at the gas station. You had a friend that used to work at the school. He worked at the gas station and stuff. And then when you pull up to the gas pump, you actually had people would come out to your car, wipe your windows, and pump gas in your car. Yeah, people don't remember that. Now you don't have gas stations like that anymore. It takes an act of God to get a gas station built in your neighborhood if you don't have one. But we used to have a gas station thing like every 5 blocks. We had gas stations everywhere, and people made good living at gas stations too. Hey, Granny Marino, how you doing? Let's see, my generator was ready and invading things went sideways here. Just been prepping like crazy, working around the house. That's great. That's great because I'm thinking about getting another generator. Because I was watching Gigi Natural Homestead, and like I said, I upgraded my computer system, which I don't really think is an upgrade. But my old computer system had a backup battery built into the monitor or whatever it is. If the power go off, the computer still be on because it had a backup battery. But since we've got the new modem or whatever the thing is, the new system, it doesn't have a backup battery. So I'm thinking about buying another small portable generator just to plug my computer into, my generator, my modem. Because I didn't think about that when I switched over to get this high speed stuff. So, hey, I'm gonna do that. Gigi say, me too. I'm gonna get another generator. Yeah, like I got the big gas generator. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got one small portable solar, and I got 3 electron. I got 5 generators all together. Never have enough generators. Never have enough. No telling what might happen. Like I said, I got to get some more propane and butane for my stoves too, just in case. Never have enough. You never have enough of nothing. It's a railroad homestead. Say how you worked at a gas station pumping gas back in the day. Yeah, I remember that. And it seemed like we had them all over the place. And then all of a sudden, by 1980, right after the oil embargo, they were gone. They were closing gas stations left and right. We still got some empty gas station buildings and just people be selling tires and stuff out of them. But there was like every corner had a gas station. It seemed like you knew somebody that was working there. Yep. Brandon Veteran, is that for gas or diesel? Now they had everything. It was just you go there and get diesel at one pump and gas at the other. It was full service. They even worked on your car. Use your phone as a backup internet device. Yeah, I just started figuring out this phone. I have this phone. Here it is. It's charging up. I have this phone. I can watch people videos and stuff on it. I can do some things on it. It's the internet. But I finally learned how to make phone calls on this phone. See, y'all think I'm crazy, but this phone, it hates me. So I got a new phone number and I started making phone calls on it and stuff like that. My daughter put some apps on there and stuff like that for me, but I still can't do video shorts on it. It got a place on here that says video shorts and it says beta. I hit the button and I don't get anything but sound, So I still can't do video shorts on that phone. Like I say, it's just I'm still working on it. I'll figure it out. But like I say, I'm not worried about that because see, I never used the phone. I used to use this. This is not a phone. This is an MP3 player. I took this when I went to Hawaii on my cruise and stuff like that. When I cruising up on Hawaii, and all I need is just listen to my music. But it's okay. You don't stay fun. Say gas stations here are totally unmanned and automatic now. No cash. What? No cash? How do you don't have an attendant? We still got attendants. I mean, they got gas at the pump you can pay, but you can also pay at the window. So what if your credit card was maxed out and you was on a dark country road and you make that wrong turn? If y'all seen the movies Wrong Turn and you can't get no gas, you're going to be stranded out there. You're just in bad shape. Susan, how you doing, Susan Hudson? I got a solar generator charger for my phone. Yes, you need a charger. I remember once in one of my videos, people was talking about what they would barter, but this is only after it's safe to start bartering because sometimes you can't barter when it's out there and everybody's killing everybody or things going wild. You got to wait till things calm down before you start bartering. You can't wait for somebody to knock on your door and say, look, I need some rice or beans and I give you some of this, some of that, you got to wait because if you do, they might open that door and you might not wake up. So, but I'm just saying, but I told them I would barter power, because there ain't gonna be no electricity. Everything gonna be shut down. And a lot of people ain't gonna have generators. And a lot of people, they love to have their iPhone charged. Let me tell you a little story. Year before this pandemic hit, at our family reunion picnic up here, we had it at the lake up there, and I play the music from my MP3 player. That's one of the things I used to do in the past, a little DJing and stuff like that to make a lot of money on it, but I had a lot of fun. And so I would take my portable generator and my little speaker box that's back there, plug it in, put my little MP3 player on there, let the music play. And everybody wanted to come up there and get their iPhone charged. I must have had about 20 people charge their phone on my little generator up there, my little handheld generator. And that's what I'm saying. So I said, wow, what people would charge in an apocalypse to get their phone charged. You know what I mean? And if you ever watched that movie with Denzel Washington, what was it? Isaiah? What I think it's the book of Isaiah or whatever it was. Remember he went to get his MP3 player fixed at that guy place and charged up? That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. It's a lot of messages I'm not catching up on. Let's see. Somebody says going to be at 12,000 watts so I can have my AC working in the fridge and freezer. Woo! Man, that's a big generator. 12,000 watts a lot. Is it gonna be propane and gas, a dual fuel? I hope so. Because if you run out of one, you can always get the other. Yeah, but you know what? Now for people out there that haven't thought about this, because I spent almost 6 months back here a couple of years ago trying to figure out how to keep medicine cold. And I was racking my brain, and this guy, oh man, I forgot his name. Oh, just that bad. And he's good guy, nice guy. I remember his son was born, and he's in Arizona. And he has a little gun shop and stuff like that. And he ran this generator. And he had it hooked into this cooler. And he charged this cooler. They got coolers out there that actually run with the generator inside them. And they will stay cool for hours, sometimes days. Like this one he had stayed cool for days. You can actually buy them, and that's what I figured out. That's what I'm gonna need to do. I'm trying to figure out how to. When there's no power, I'm gonna keep medicine cold. But I figured it out. I just got to get me one of them. I haven't gotten one yet. I've been procrastinating, but I need to get one. You can put pop or whatever in it. It need to be cold. And it said to get down into like freezing. So that's what you'll need especially if you're on some kind of medicine like insulin or something like that. You need something like that. And you can always charge it off a big generator to charge it back up to keep it cold. You won't have to need a refrigerator or a freezer or nothing like that. It's a cooler. You can probably see them on Amazon or someplace like that. But that's something else. I went way off of what I was talking about. I think I was talking about aliens. And then they told me not to, basically. Let's see. Hey, Adam, how you doing? It says some of these battery car jumpers, you can plug your ham radio in if you run no more than 25 watts. You know what? I don't have a ham radio, and I want to get one. I seen a really nice one. I think it was Mylan. It's got ham radio, in it. You don't need a license for it. Prescott Caliber Club. That's right, Al. You remember Prescott Caliber Club, and that's Ryan Jassic. Yeah, see, now I remember everything. That's what happened when you get old, and a lot of you people ain't reached me in our old age yet. You'll find out. You can see it clear as day, but you can't remember what it is. So anyway, let me get back to talking about these aliens. So anyway, if they do show up, first thing you need not do is panic. Never panic. See, once you panic, you lose all your common sense. You know what I mean? Never panic. See, I used to panic a lot when I was younger. Things wasn't going my way. When I was younger, I'm 20 years. I mean, I'm a teenager in my 20s. You know how we were. We, run out of gas somewhere. You start panicking. Oh man, we ain't got no gas. I got a gas can. I ain't got no gas can. We got a flat. I got no jack. You used to panic, but now I'm too old to panic. Something like that happened now. I just sit there and just think it out. But back then, I was more reactionary than a thinker. Now I'm more a thinker than a reactionary. Yeah, but anyway, never panic. So if they do come, just think out the situation. Remember what I told you. They ain't here for any good. If they come here and they promise you to make you totally healthy, give you 25 years back on your life, and say all you got to do is follow me. You ain't got to worship me. Just follow me. Just do what I say. We'll give you longevity in life for however long that is. It's kind of like, you remember Stephen King's The Stand, the movie, the first one, because they got another one out I haven't seen. And that guy was locked up in jail and he was eating rats. And the guy say, all you got to do is just come out and follow me. You ain't got to worship me. Just come. Let you out the jail cell. You can stand there eating your rat. You can follow me, that demon guy. And that's how you get a lot of them to follow him, because he make promises. So I'm like, wow. It's a prepared veterans. We're in an experimental landscape. This is hell. But what if this is purgatory? Or better yet, what if we came up from hell? I mean, what if when we died before? Because some people say that hold up. Some people said before that deja vu means you have lived another lifetime. I don't know, but I think I could have did better than this lifetime. This trash can man. I remember him too. Yeah. And I want to see that movie again. But in fact, YouTube got the whole thing, 4 hours. You can watch it, no commercials. Except the commercial YouTube throw on it, but you can speed through those. Yeah, but anyway, so like I said, so won't worry about it, because see, everything is gonna happen. I mean, so we just gotta prepare, because I'm gonna tell you right now, we can't stop nothing. We could actually know whatever's gonna happen Also they owe Uncle Al money. Okay, like some different. Yeah, like I say, you cannot stop whatever's gonna happen. Even if you knew who these people were, like if you knew who the Antichrist was, or his four horsemen, or all these people, if you knew who they were, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's like the Terminator. Remember, they kept going back in time, kept going back in time, kept trying to stop it, and then the last Terminator movie, they stopped it, but then it came back again, and they kept going. It was just crazy, but you can't stop it. You may be able to change some things, but it's gonna happen. It's just that way, because they say some prophecies are not written in stone. This is written in stone because these are the people that's writing it. We're gonna go back to almost a feudalistic system. I'm saying almost because see, when things do happen, and right now, so it's so much out there that the United States is just so fragile right now. Our political system, our money system, our social system, we are just so fragile right now. It doesn't take anything for this to have a total collapse. And we're fighting with this weather, with Mother Nature. It's been kicking our butts. I've been saying that in a couple of videos already. I mean, this is why we prepare, because we don't want to be sitting out there on the stoop with nothing. You see what I'm saying? Because right now you're fighting with everybody else over nothing out here. We're fighting among ourselves, and that's what's going to kill us. And so, like I say, you got these cyber attacks that's going to knock out all our power if they get a chance to. You got the National Security Agency that's not telling you the truth about what's really going on out here. You got the Central Secret Service out here, and they ain't going to tell you what's really going on with this weather and stuff like that. There's just so much information out there that if you do start sprouting the new truth out here of what's going on, they make you look like you're crazy, or have you locked up and put in the straitjacket. But anyway, that's another story. But anyway, they got these foldable houses out there. I know you guys seen them. These hey, Drop family, how you doing? Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. Yeah, they already said you will have nothing to be happy about. It's all about stealing back the wealth. Yeah, they took that. Hey, JH556, we ain't got no wealth. They took whatever wealth we was gonna have when they changed over and we got involved in this what they call it, international trade, where we let all our factories and stuff move to Mexico and other foreign countries because we let them go. What is that? What's that trade agreement? It was a North American trade agreement or whatever. Because I got caught up in that. I lost a job behind that stuff. First, one of the good jobs I ever had paid vacation, sick days, all that good stuff, hospitalization. And I was engaged to get married too. My guy, my company, they called us all down into this one big room, this big area. And we were all in there, about 50 of us. And they say, look, we going out of town, we moving the company. Just like that. Just like that. No warning. We was hearing rumors all day. No warning. And they closed up the place, gave us severance pay, and that was it. And I was getting married in about 4 months without a job now. It was crazy. Yeah, North American Federal Trade. And I remember that. I think that was under Reagan. Reagan was president then. Because like I say, I got married in 82. So it was like in 81. I remember that. Yeah, man, that was devastating. Hey, Maya Rodriguez, how you doing? Good to hear from you, my friend. She's one of the first people that ever watched my channel. She was one of my first subscribers, Maya Rodriguez, way back in 2017. So anyway, what I'm saying is we haven't had wealth. I mean, people go since we gave it away. We gave all our technology and industrial stuff away. We didn't want it. We didn't want it. Then they brought in robots, and now we ain't gonna never get it back. People say we're gonna start building more cars and more industries. I'm up in the Rust Belt. I'm in Ohio, and I watch these people struggle at these auto plants every day. Matter of fact, I went to a retraining class with a lot of auto workers because that's what they had them be doing. They send them to class, they be retrained, and they were paying them to get retrained. And I was learning machine shop back then. Yep, and I don't know. These jobs ain't never coming back. We had shipbuilding. We used to build ships here. I mean, like I say, we had White Motors. Used to build the big old Mack trucks, but that's a whole other story. I'm drifting again. But I mean, we gave away the wealth, and China bought all what remaining wealth we have, and then we got land barons now. That's what I was saying about feudalism. We got what did it say? Did I still get married? Oh yeah, I've been married 39 years now. She married me without a job. And it was funny about that because my job closed up. I went to trade school. I learned to trade, and I was going to college at the same time. I was going to college with the job closed up. So, and while I was learning to trade at trade school, I got offered another job at this industrial tool company as a work in their machine shop and stuff like that. And I took that job because I was getting married. Yep. So yeah, I remember that. Drill bits and reamers. Yep. Set screws. Yeah, I got married. Yeah, we had a wonderful wedding. We had a big wedding too. Matter of fact, it seemed like half the east side was there. But everybody liked me. I was popular. But I met a girl it's funny because my wife went to a rival high school. She went to a rival high school and I went to another rival high school. Both in the East Senate. She went to East Tech. I went to East High. Our schools just didn't get along. None of our schools got along. And half our neighborhood went to that school. The other half went to the other school. And it was just crazy. But we got along. It was funny. Yeah, that's cool. That's a whole other story. I could tell you hours about that. It was funny. Yep, because I knew most of the people that went to her school. And they knew me. Anyway, like I was saying, everything's happened for a reason, and whatever's gonna happen, we can't stop it. I mean, we hope to stop the Georgia Guidestone prophecy because, like I said, it ain't written in stone, but they actually did write that in stone because it's just crazy. And then, like I say, things are happening out here because it's supposed to happen. It's the way they want it. It's the new world order. They want everything in chaos. You know, they want people hungry. You know, we got so many demand for food at the food bank. I'm not too far from the food bank up here. I think I'm about 3.5 miles from the food bank that's here. It's farther off the freeway. But man, they be overwhelmed every time they open up. I mean, the cars be lined up like 5 blocks. You know, and it's just crazy. We in America. We should never be hungry. We should never be hungry in America, but yet we got people go to bed at night to say they're hungry. Hey, that's just crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy. Then we evicting people, putting them out on the streets, and then they promise you to give you money when you actually need is food in the home. So that's why I say we need to prepare. We need to make sure that we can't let this stuff that's going on now affect your livelihood or affect what's going on. Because, like I say, we head into a feudalism, and the only thing that's going to be really worth a lot is land. We're going back to the time of land barons. You know, Bill Gates. You know, John Malone. See, people say, who is John Malone? You know, John Malone. He's the biggest private landowner in America. In case you didn't know, 2.2 million acres. 2.2 million acres. You see, then you got Elon Musk and Bill Gates and all these other people, Bezos and Zuckerberg. They all own land. They own 30%. They own 30% of America. Between them guys, they own 30%. Now think about it. It's just food for thought. I better not say anything else about Bill Gates before I get cut off. China charged up all the credit cards and sinking further into debt. China don't care because China own America. They just foreclosed on us. Hey, LA Prepper, how you doing? They see you come in the house. Hey, Bill P, how you doing? Let's see who else I missed. So I'm about to talk a little bit longer because they cut my channel off earlier, so I had to jump back on. So I'm gonna talk a little bit longer today, just to piss them off because they got me. China had leveraged their banks at 2,000%, and they spent 250% of the gross product. Their debt comparison is worse than ours. China borrowed all their money to buy everything. Y'all underestimating China. They say the same thing about America. They say, but see, that's the one thing about it. Everybody has debt. Every country has debt. Even the Arab Emirate that buys a lot of other people's debt, and all these other countries' debt, they have debt. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the way they guess. If you didn't have debt, you have no credit rating. And that's how they get a credit rating. You know what I mean? If you paid off all your credit cards and all your bills and all your houses and stuff like that, and let's say you've been clean for like 4 or 5 years, and you go to a bank and try to get a loan, they'll look at you like you ain't got no debt. You ain't got no credit rating. You say, "Well, I was here 5 years ago and I had this and that and others." Yeah, but you've been off the wall. We don't know what you've been doing. You might have been in prison for 5 years. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they'll do. Everybody have debt. It was a sad day when farmers started selling out their integrity to the government. Oh yeah, they've been doing that. You know what? I found out that the government was paying farmers not to grow certain things back in the 70s. I didn't know. And the only way I found that out, I think I was down south with my father. Matter of fact, my uncle Vernon had died, and we went down there because we had land, and they were settling up the thing because they had these walking men on their land. There's some towers, towers with the wires on it, and that's when I found out that they were paying farmers not to grow stuff. I didn't even know that. Never knew that. Shelbyville, yes. Shelbyville, Tennessee. Yep. They got those walking man towers, the big old towers. They ran right through my father's land. Listening to music for Peter Gunn. Peter Gunn. I like that. I like that old cheesy show. This old black and white show. Peter Gunn. I always spent this time in a bar. What a living. Private detective. Oh, Dubai has massive debt. Dubai. Yeah. Yeah, that's because they let them guys drag cars off a 90th floor into another building. Fast and furious, But yeah, it's like that, but we can't get caught up in all that stuff like that because all we got to do is take care of ourselves, really. So that's why you got to prepare. There's 2 things you got to remember to take care of. You got to take care of yourself, and the other one is take care of your family. And I always told my daughters when they were dating, before they get married, and I would tell them the hardest thing in life to do is to live. And the second hardest thing to do in life is to live with somebody else. So I always tell them that. And like I say, you got to, okay, I'm going to go to church and lunch. You be careful, Al. You take care of yourself. You ain't getting any younger. And if you do, we know the aliens got to you. They promise you some years. Okay, that's right, Ray. Since the 70s, they approached my uncle. He told them to get off his farm. Yeah, eminent domain. I spoke on eminent domain the other day. I was talking about the freeway that they putting in up here to come to this hospital. If you ever come to Cleveland, and you look at Cleveland Clinic, and they tell you, well, you going to Cleveland Clinic Hospital, you get lost. Cleveland Clinic Hospital runs from 89th in Euclid all the way to 105 in Euclid. This is a hospital. You see how big you see how many blocks that is? And they got hospitals on hospitals. They got specialized hospitals for this and that. And then they got hospital all over the place. You know, they own just about every other hospital here. Them and University Hospital. And then, you know, they all over the place. Let's see. Hey, Rochelle Vanderpool's in the house. How you doing? No, Ray, they own me money. The aliens owe you money, Al. Was that from the fire? Because you know I said that I'm suspecting that the aliens are behind some of these fires out here. That they looking for the other aliens and they try to smoke them out. You know, that's how sometimes you do when you go hunting. Sometimes if you can't get them out, you got to smoke them out. You start a little fire and you smoke them out. But that's a whole other story. Prepare better. So anyway, I was talking about the hospitals up here. They just huge. We got huge hospitals. But they're good hospitals, you know, world-class hospitals. They always ranked in the top 3 or 4 hospitals in the country. But that's where it is. And then you know who's getting rich, don't you? Big pharmaceutical company who's part of the deep state. Because they right now, I can't talk about it because I almost said it again. Last time I mentioned that one word, it just disappeared. Those of you who was here earlier, you know what I'm saying, but I can't speak my mind. I said one word, and then I said I'm going to talk about it, but it was too late. My channel was gone. Yeah, so I'm not going to even mention that. But anyway, yeah, like I said, we can end up in the age of Ultron with these robots out here. I mean, AI is not your friend, and we're going to find that out because, like I say, I'm predicting this now. I see a future. In the near future. I'm not talking about 20, 30, 15 years from now. Like they got saying that the CEO talking about you're gonna have that fake meat out here taking over everything in 15 years. That's all we're gonna be eating. The CEO of Impossible Meats or whatever. This is what I do believe because it's gonna have to happen in Elon Musk's lifetime, and he ain't waiting. He's a go-getter. And like I said, in less than 15 years, now I would say less than 5 years, all the truck drivers will be out of a job. All the cash register people will be out of a job. All the people working at the little stores will be working out of the job. Most of the people that's working right now at these Amazons going to be out of a job. Most of America's going to employ, I would say maybe 70 million people going to be out of a job. And all of them going to be replaced by robots. I said within the next 5 years. And so the government's going to have to do something to take care of the people. And that's when they're going to come with this UBI. Because you ask a politician about it, they say they love it. They do. They tell you. They have no problem with it. But you know what they're going to take? They're going to fight over it for years before anybody get any money. Because they're going to say, that's too much, that's too little, that's not enough. That's how it is. Too much, too little, not enough. Yep, because our political system, the Republicans and the Democrats, they can't see eye to eye on anything. It's a bad marriage. They always fight. It's like they fighting over the kids, and guess who the kids are? We are the kids. Hey, Rick. Rick from Lala Farm is in the house. How you doing? Yeah, let's see who did I miss. Let's see. Hey, Belinda, how you doing? Prepping with Belinda in the house. Okay. Okay, I just see it telling you to stay home. Yeah, they telling everybody to stay home in New York because of the flooding, and they've been telling everybody for the last 2 days down in Louisiana and parts of Tennessee and parts of Mississippi to stay off the streets and stay in the house. And they got a curfew down there because they worried about looters. They got a curfew. Yeah, and Tina Ladybug, hey, she's in the house. So I got people here that have never seen me do a live, and they probably surprised about what I be talking about because see, I don't always talk about prepping. I did a lot of prepping videos and I still talk about prepping because everything I talk about can lead to somebody's life being saved or transformed, I hope, because see, they might pick up something I said and say, hey, I might have to get that. I might need that because we always got to prepare because life is unpredictable. Really. And like I say, we in the middle of SHTF because I have never in my lifetime seen it this bad. Really, never seen it this bad. Never knew that one day this country would be in the shape it's in I don't care who the president is. This country has been in bad shape for years, and it's getting worse. That's what the problem is. It's no clear solution. Is what I'm saying. And then like I say, it won't take much for this country to really go off the deep end and to have a total collapse where they have to reorganize. I don't know how many recessions that I lived through. I mean, back in my mother them days, my mother them, you remember that? My mother and my father's day, they had what they call the depression. They grew up in the depression. My parents that old, they lived in the depression. And they were kids. They grew up in the depression. You see what I'm saying? My father was born in 1923. My father was born in 1911. And like I say, they grew up in the depression. And they went through a lot of different stuff. They made it through because they lived in rural areas. You know what I mean? Everybody grew their own food. The families were there for them, and they all had their self-sufficient jobs and stuff. So they wasn't like people in the city where they was at the apple carts or the soup lines. But like I say, in my lifetime, we done went through what they call recessions, which is nothing but depressions, because a lot of people lost jobs and now I don't know what they call this. I would call this a recession because you got a lot of people out of jobs and a lot of people losing their homes and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, it's just terrible out here, and I never seen it like this. And everybody waiting to see if it's going to get better. I don't know. Maybe I should be beamed up by the aliens. It might be better on a ship. Let's see. Let's see. Better say a whole lot of people will not handle an alien disclosure event. It's coming. They're gonna have, because see, they ready. They ready to everything they would do is almost in place, because like Uncle Al said, and like I say, they playing the long game. See, a lot of us, we don't like to wait for nothing. That's why we got fast food. We don't like the way we go to a fast food place. We don't get our food within like 5 minutes. We ready to tear the joint up. You know what I mean? I've seen people at these chicken joints in there fighting over chicken, not the sandwich. These were the people, they were mad because they had to wait to get their chicken. Lady say, "Well, look here, lady, I'm cooking a chicken in the back. So you got to wait. I got to cook a chicken." What? You got to cook chicken? This is a chicken joint. You don't got to cook chicken. Just give me the raw one. I take it home, cook it myself. But I mean, that's what they do. I seen it. It is not a pretty sight. I mean, worst one was they closed this Popeye's chicken. It used to be over here at the little plaza up here, because there's one lady, she came in there with a Sunday Finest, a church on. I was there for church. I was gonna get some chicken take home from church, and this lady came in and she was dressed in a Sunday Finest, a Sunday best. Her, these 3 other people, they came in. I had already ordered my chicken. And the guy told me, "You will have to wait for chicken." And she went off. Just got out of church and she crawled over that counter and they was in the aisle fighting. And it was crazy. It was crazy. But that's a whole other story. That's a chicken story. I mean, that's just crazy. But they happen. I've seen some stuff. Let's see. We've been off 4 weeks from chips. I don't know. I missed the conversation. Let's see. So anyway, like I say, my whole stomach growls. My whole thing is like, if you pick up anything from when I be talking, you always remember this one thing. Always have your own. Like they say, mama may have, papa may have, God bless the child that got his own. Remember that song? Yes, that's what we got to have our own. We got to have our own power, our own food, our own water, our own housing. Start your own garden. Because when things go bad, they might come and help you. They might not come and help you. But so you got to help yourself. Let's see what we got here. Missing 411 and human mutilation. I ain't seen no human mutilations. I know they did. They used to do cows. I ain't seen the cows getting mutilated no more. since they figured that we ain't gonna be eating them anymore. But I see the other day they had a big article in our paper here, right on the front page. Deer infected with virus, right on the front page. And I talked about that. They had it up in Michigan and a few other places, Minnesota, and now they're saying we got it here. And I'm just saying they're gonna have all our food infected, and we're gonna be eating this bio food, which made from what they call that human embryo hormones or whatever it is, and we're gonna be eating that Soylent Green. Soylent Green. This is the National Parent Month. Hey, food forest permaculture. Almost messed up. Hey, Greenhouse Homestead, how you doing? Yeah. So like I said, I watched that channel that her grandson helped her. Okay, the lady doing candy, right? So anyway, we gotta. I don't believe about that idea. Look it up. It's in the papers in writing. Like I told them a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned it. You know what? I don't have the paper. I threw it away. But like I say, you can just go and Google it. When you get finished watching me, just Google it. It's out there. Once they put stuff down, it's out there in the world. You'll see what I was talking about. Because I see sometimes I say a lot of things before people get a chance to even know it's out there. Because I read too much. See, I used to read books. See, people laugh at me when I say that, but it's true. It's true. People don't read no more. People do not read no more. See, because I don't read books no more. I do read magazines though. I read magazines. I always read magazines, but I used to read books. I used to read novels. I think the last novel I read was Pet Cemetery. And the one I read before that was Books of Blood by Clive Barker. That's the one that got Candyman in it. And those were the last time I read books. No, that's not true. I read The Windmill. The Windmill. Who wrote that? I forgot. But anyway, I don't read books. I don't read books anymore. Got too much other stuff here now. We got too much. See, back then I used to go to the library. Library was what? About a block down the street. But one block I'm at the library when I grew up. I grew up 1 block from the library. I read books every day. I stayed in the library. I guess I was a nerd, but we had DJs come in our library from our radio station back in the 60s, 70s. They play music every Friday. The DJ come in there and play music. Local DJs. So our library was pumping. Yeah. Plus we had book clubs. We get to travel, museums and stuff. Yeah, it was good. Books. I know it's out there, but the government lies to us all the time. Of course they lie to you. You know why? Because they're getting paid. They're getting paid to lie to you. You know what? Every time I hear a politician say we work for the people, like right now we in the middle of a mayoral election. Our mayor election is going to be in November, but the primary is going to be sometime in September. I think they're going to have a primary in September vote. And these people, and I know most of them personally, and because I delivered mail to their houses, and I talked with them before they became politicians, wanted to do this mayoral stuff. And so anyway, the first thing that they say is, I work for the people. And you know what? If I'm sitting in a place and all of a sudden the politician sit up there and say, look, I work for you, I work for the people, I'm getting my ass up out my chair and walking out because they're lying. Tell me the truth. I hate when people lie to me, and that's what's wrong with this government now. They lie. They lie so much they don't even know what the truth is. They don't know what the truth is. They don't. Neither side. They lie about each other, and we had an election for this senator seat, the one that's on Biden's staff. And we had these two ladies, they were fighting back and forth, and they were talking about each other. And the one said the other was going to jail because a boyfriend company was embezzling money or got money from them, from the government. That was crazy. And he's like, these two women, and they just going at it. And you know what? I didn't vote for neither one of them. I voted for this other guy that went to jail and came back and did a good job. He paid his debt to the society. I'm waiting for them to pay theirs. And it was just crazy. And I can't stand that. If you gonna screw me over, just tell me. Tell me subtly. Don't sit up there and say I work for you. If you work for me, what am I paying you for? Because you ain't doing nothing but screwing me. But that's the way it is. They mean us no harm. Okay? I was just saying like that. They mean us no harm. Yeah, we're now beginning our descent into this chaos thing that's coming out there. Yeah. Oh, hey. Good thumbs up, Rick. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Unpaved Explorer in the house. John Coffey. Yeah, John Coffey can tell you about those two women that was running for a Senate seat. Yeah, the one say her boyfriend or company got a legal thing from the government and she should be in jail, and the other one, that was crazy. It was crazy. It was all messed up. So anyway, like I said, I was trying to talk about these the UFOs, but they won't let me. So I'm not gonna try it anymore. But maybe talk a little bit about the planet. Hey Jamal, how you doing? Let's see. They believe the lies is the truth, right? That's right. They don't know what the truth is. They've been lying so long. If they don't tell a lie a day, they might get sick. they might have spasms and stuff like that. So yeah. So they got to tell a lie a day. It seems like it's always been like that, and it's the way it is because they all go into politics bright-eyed and bushy-tailed until they start getting in there, and then they get these eyes that get big, really big, and they see how much money they can steal and how much money they can make because these people come up there and start talking to them and whispering in their ear. The one devil's on this shoulder, the other one on this shoulder. I mean, ain't no angel on this shoulder. They both devils. They don't know angels gonna deal with no politicians. They just gonna deal with the devils, and they just gonna be telling them stuff how to steal in their ears. And that's why you turn around and you see a lot of them go to jail. You know what I mean? They figure they can't get caught, and they do. Rick says, I have zero faith in any politician, Republican or Democrat, to represent anyone but themselves in the political process. You're right. That's how they make their money. We get a job and work our farms and stuff like that, or we get a job and work a 9 to 5, or sometimes a 9 to 7 because you got to work 10, 12 hours sometimes to make ends meet. And then they don't. They get rich on doing nothing. Really. And then when something happened, they get up there and they speak and follow the party line or whatever it is. They just wait for something to happen, or they jump on a popular issue. Like they always like speak on a popular issue. Let me tell you, we had this one politician. He went to jail. A lot of them go to jail. Hey, this one politician, he went to jail. He just recently went to jail. And he came to our church, and I was sitting there. And he came up there and he wanted to speak to the congregation. So I'm sitting over there. And I'm sitting back, and my wife, she's on the other side. She's the deaconess. She was over there doing something with the other deaconess. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to this guy speak. And all of a sudden, he started talking about the kids. They always talk about the sorry sons. That's what I call them. Because everybody got somebody in their family that got a sorry son that don't want to do nothing, don't want to act right. And always talk, and them women started jumping up in there. Oh, yeah. We got my vote. You got my vote. Because they go like that and they play on people's emotions. And that's what these politicians do. And I just say you ain't doing nothing but playing games. And that's what happened. But anyway, I don't know how I got on this politician stuff, but it's crazy. Let's see, preferred veterans say the political social system would never change. Therefore, the political system will continue to bounce back from red and blue. Because they did that. They did that intentionally. They did that. You know what? I'm going to tell you, until 1982, I didn't know that you could not be the president of the United States unless you belong to either the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. You can run all you want to, but you can't be president. Ain't that crazy? Look it up. You can run because when they come down to the electrical votes, there's no electrical vote for independents, independent running people, people that's independent. Either the votes are going to go with the Democrats or they go with the Republican. You ain't gonna get no votes. You you see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get none of them votes. You know how they do with what? How many you need? 360 or 270, whatever votes it is. You ain't gonna see none of your name on them 270 votes that you get. You may get regular votes from people, but you ain't gonna get none of the vote from the college. And you think I'm lying? Look it up. We're not in a democracy. We in a what they call that. Oh, I just have to pay for it. Oh, what they call this? Oh, I can't think. Somebody hit me up on what we are. We in. We're not a socialist. We're not democratic socialists. We are the democratic democracy. No, that's not it. Republic. That's what I'm looking for. We're a republic. Even when you ever heard this term, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic, for which it stands, one nation, under God, individual, and justice for all. Indivisible, with justice for all. So we're in a republic. So y'all get that shit straight. Excuse me, I said shit again. That's two. That's two. But that's what it is. A democratic republic, which is I don't understand it. But politics. But like I say, aliens don't have that. They don't have that. They have a hierarchy. They have like kings. They do. They have kings and barons and all that stuff. The cities have developed into affluent slumland. We'd be better off chancing with the bears and the aliens in the country. I ain't fooling with no bears. Bears, man. No bears. No bears. No bears. Yeah, the country is good for some people, but my chances of survival out in that country is not very good. It's not very good. I'm not built for the country. But Joe Vanderpool says electrical votes. Right. Who now say we are a republic? That's right. We are a republic. The old saying, long live the republic. We are a republic. Hey, Grandpa. Hey, Eric Taylor. Like I said, I didn't know until 82. Republic. I never paid attention to it. Because see, when you're in a smaller town or a small city or even a big city like this, you can run as an independent and win. You see what I'm saying? But you can never be president unless you join a party. See, that's what I was saying. So I don't know how this is going to work, but it's crazy because see, when I start looking at the history books, I look at all these screwed up names of these other parties. Remember the Whig Party and all these other federalism parties, and then all of a sudden we end up with just two parties, which is okay, I guess. Because they all a bunch of crooks. Let's see. As long as Dominions, the people continue to tolerate the mess that the politicians have created, nothing can change. Wow. You're right. Nothing can change. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? The appreciative tiny house is here. Excuse me. I had have the knowledge to live in the woods, but old age tells me you can't do that anymore. No, like I say, maybe if I was in 30 years ago, I was living in the woods, even 40 years ago, I live in the woods, live out grid. Yeah, I can handle that. They be making shows about me, naked and afraid, urban grandpa. It'd be just naked, not afraid. But I can't fool in the woods. Like I say, there's only one animal out in that woods that I'm afraid of, and that's the bears. I don't fool with the bears. I had to. Nope. I'm not scared of cats. I'm not scared of bobcats. I'm not scared of snakes. I don't like spiders and none of that. I don't like none of that stuff, but I'm not afraid of it. But a bear, nope, can't deal with a bear. I think it goes back to that time I watched this old movie when I was a kid. I think it was Fess Parker was in it. I think it was called Night of the Grizzly. Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember that movie, Night of the Grizzly. And they had a grizzly bear that was a man eater. And they would go out there and they were trying to kill that grizzly bear. And they couldn't kill that grizzly bear. Grizzly bear was taking them down. And that's why I think I got a problem with bears. Not the Chicago Bears. I like the Chicago Bears. I like Buckets, but I'm just talking about the Bears in general. Alaska is sounding more tempting as the time moves on. I'm gonna tell you something about Alaska. Alaska got a lot of problems up there with aliens, especially around Anchorage. But I mean, you can go up there and check it out yourself. Jamal said, "I can't outrun a bear or climb." Hey, you know what? Bears can climb a tree, especially the young ones. The young ones climb like they always get caught in a tree. You know, you look on the TV, they out in Ashtabula County, stuck up in a tree all the time. Yeah, bears can climb trees. Hey, chat. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for showing up, Miss Hudson. Thank you for showing up. You know, like I said, they cut my channel off, and I just started to talk or ramble and stuff like that because I really wanted to talk about the aliens. But if you would have been here earlier, you see when I started talking about the aliens, they just cut me off just like that. So they tell me no more alien talk. Yeah, maybe I talk about movies. But like I said, I've really been on here, like I said, let me see if I made up that. Yeah, I've been on here an hour and a half, so I'm going to stick around about another 15 minutes. And I'm going to talk about living in the woods. Ain't nothing wrong with it, you know, but you got to be careful because, see, storms come through and them trees fall on your houses out there, too. A lot of stuff happen in the woods. People just don't think people think everything's going to be fine and dandy, but you got to work. You got to work when you're in the woods. I mean, see, me, I don't know how to trap or hunt. I can trap and hunt, but I don't. I don't know how. I mean, I don't want to shoot nobody accidentally trying to go out there and hunt. You know, I got a friend. He go hunting all the time. He tried to get me to go hunting. I won't go hunting with him. He takes stupid people with him hunting. He was telling me about this one guy that went hunting with him, and it was a rabbit hole, and his guy was trying to shoot the rabbit about 3 feet from the hole. But the rabbit was in the hole. So I'll just say I can't go out there with stupid people. Let's say I can't survive in the woods due to the sand fleas, black flies, deer ticks, deer flies, mosquitoes. Okay, don't forget the snakes. Snakes. Everybody always forget the snakes until one of them crawl up your pants leg. They out there. I've been camping. I used to love camping. But you know, once you get married, you got to cut out a lot of things because you get a family and then you can't go like you used to. Let's see, hunting, trapping, and fishing. Very hard for the long term. Well, I love fishing. Man, I used to catch so many damn fish. And I clean them too. But we got a lot of fish up here. Walleye, perch, catfish, sheephead if you like them. I mean, we got crappies, we got fish everywhere. You know, a lot of fishing channels from out of Ohio too, if you ever look. But Minnesota got the best from what I've seen. Because I love to go out there. Some of them places, they be pulling up some of them big ass catfish. That's an ass again. No, that's big catfish this big. They pulling out a regular. Oh, wonderful here. I'm moving to the woods in 2 days. Go ahead. Ain't nothing. Like I said, it's a lot of work. You know, if you can handle it, yeah. See me, I got to be close to a hospital in case something happened to me. I don't want to be out there waiting for an ambulance for no hour, or have the airplane had to come and fly me in. Just throw me in a car. I'm up in the hospital in 10 minutes or less. You know, the ambulance will get here. That's one thing about the city. They do take you to the hospital. Even if they had to take you to the other side of town to the hospital, they would take you, depending on your insurance. That's one thing in the city. They watch your insurance information because I do believe that we don't get equal treatment on the east side that they do on the west side. Ray, that's not encouraging. The house is fine. You know what? You see where they got these I mentioned them earlier, these boxwork folding homes now. The house was only like 8 feet wide. I mean, this is how they come. They put them on the back of a flatbed truck and they drive them right to your place. 8 feet long, and then when they open up, they 20 feet by 20 feet. You know, they come in an 8-foot box, but then they 20 feet by 20 feet. You can look it up online. I guess you go to Boxable Homes, and you'll see. They set them up in 48 minutes. 48 minutes, they put a complete $50,000 home up for you. Now, I used to watch these guys have these companies deliver stuff out to them in the woods. These trucks used to pull up in there with all this woods and stuff on there with the prefab homes where they're going to put together and build them out in the woods. But this is Elon Musk stuff. They say Elon Musk live in one of them. I don't know where he live at. He might live in one of them caves with the lizard people. But you know what I mean. But that's good, you know. Maybe I'll get one and put it on my lot right next door here in my yard. One of them foldable homes. But I don't know what I would do. Let's see. Prepare better say Medicaid is a real problem when you get older. Yeah. Tell me about it. Okay, well look here. I've been here a little longer than I was planning on to, and like I said, I really didn't talk about what I wanted to. But like I say, make sure you got your food and your gas, you know, all together because prices are going up and they will continue to go up. And like I say, prepare for the winter because winter's right around the corner. See, we had 90-degree weather here last week in the 90s, in the high 80s, and this week is gonna be in the mid 70s because of the storm. So I'm just saying that's how I can drop 20 degrees. So you guys be ready. You guys be prepared. He said Elon wants to live in a lava tube on Mars. Yeah, I see what they gonna have those, but I don't think they're gonna do those. It's people living in those lava tubes. No, they got these others like these little round sectional homes where you can just drop them off the ship and they'll bounce around. And then when you get ready to put them together, you can actually push them because they roll and stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen that. It was some illustration some guy did. It was good. It was like sectionals, you know. You could attach them onto each other. And they build a whole complex out of that. Yeah, but I've seen those lava homes, but I don't think he's gonna go for one. Not him. All right, then. They telling me I've been on too long. So I will see you guys later. It's not Avon calling. Okay, everybody take care. All right, thank you.